Good. Okay, my name is Werner Palz. I'm the coordinator of the Master's Program in Politics and Public Administration. I'm here with a couple of colleagues, and I would like to introduce my student assistant, Dimitria. You can see her on the other screen, and while I'm talking, she is a little bit collecting your questions. So during my presentation, please feel free to just ask. And at the end of the presentation, she will move here and sit by my side, and we will together also answer your questions. But already during the presentation, please feel free to ask, and she will answer your emails in a written way. Good. So I'm going to talk today about the Master's Program in Politics and Public Administration, which is a 2-year program that we offer here at the University of Konstanz. I think it's a very good program. I did not study here in Konstanz, and I know other programs from other universities, and it is our aim to offer students training that combines many different elements. And I'm going to show you what these elements are. And during my presentation, I am, let's move to the other slide. I will talk a little bit about Konstanz, and then the second slide is directly a little, let's say in a nutshell, I present the main advantages of the Master's Program here. And later on, in a bit more detailed way, I talk about the department, about the Master's Program, but also the other programs that we have, and of course, many other aspects of your studies. Good. Konstanz. Okay, why study at the University of Konstanz? I think outside of Germany and maybe Switzerland, not a lot of people know about Konstanz because it's a relatively small city on the border between Germany and Switzerland. Also, Austria is not far. We are located on Lake Constance, which is the second largest lake in Central Europe. It's a holiday region, actually, and a lot of people from Central Europe know Lake Constance because they come here for bicycle holidays or because they cross the area when they go for skiing in Austria or Switzerland. But we have a very good university which was inaugurated in 1966. It was, let's say, by the federal and the regional government at the time, defined as a reform university. So it is a campus university. We have very flat hierarchies, and the size is also not too big. And within Germany, it has the reputation to be one of the excellence universities. And this is reflected by the fact that we receive a lot of federal money through the so-called Excellence Initiative. And this has helped us to really improve our facilities here. And we have a lot of top-notch researchers at our institution. We say we are in the heart of Europe, but I have also to admit that people coming from abroad who would like to learn to know Germany have to know that getting to Munich or Berlin or Hamburg takes quite some time. I think it's easier to travel to Switzerland, even to France or Northern Italy, than to the main German hubs. Okay, the main advantages of our program. I already mentioned that the university and the department are both ranked very highly in international rankings. We were ranked in 2016 by the Times Higher Education #1 in Germany and #7 worldwide among young universities, universities aged 50 years or younger. That was in 2016. Now it's 2018 and we are 52 years old. So that's why we're not part anymore of that ranking. But still, if you look at other rankings, the university is always ranked very highly. And the department is always among the 3 top political science departments in Germany, together with Freie University Berlin, LMU University Munich, University of Mannheim. I think we're all on the same level, more or less. Okay, second advantage, it is a very nice area here. So we have the lake right around the corner and the Alps, you can see them. And you can see on the slide that there are a lot of cities that are not far away from Konstanz. So you can do a lot of entertaining things here. Thirdly, already on the bachelor's level, but almost entirely on the master's level, courses are taught in English. And also for international students, we want to have as few obstacles as possible. So that means that even if you do not know German at all, you can easily study here. Still, if you do not speak German, we of course encourage you to do German language courses, and most of them are free of charge. And I think if you come here to Konstanz for 1 year or 2 years, it's also good to learn something about German. And we have a lot of international students who gave us a very positive feedback about these options. But if you apply, if you don't speak German at all, it's no problem at all. You only have to prove your skills in English. Another point is that the department offers a lot of student assistantships. That means that while you're studying, you can already work, you can earn money, but I think more importantly, you can gain experiences, because you either work at for a research group, or you work at the department administration, or at the international office, for example. And I think it's a nice way to integrate you into the academic community here. And on the other hand, and that's the fifth point, it might sound a bit paradox. On the one hand, we are the largest political science department in Germany, here in Konstanz, despite the fact that it's a small city and a small university. On the other hand, it's a very personal service that we offer our students. We, as study advisors, have a very personal contact with the students, but also the professors and research staff really try to be in touch with the students. And as mentioned before, hierarchies are relatively flat. Okay, so this was, let's say, I wanted to highlight the 5 most important points. And now we look more into detail what all these points mean. Okay, if we look at the department, we can see that there's a total of 19 full or junior professors. And you can see they represent a broad array of study fields. In Germany, the highest academic position is a full professor. And below you have so-called junior professors or senior researchers. And in total, we have a staff of about 60 to 70 researchers on the doctoral or postdoctoral level. You can see that we cover areas like international politics, conflict management, political economy, comparative politics, German politics, and public administration. Very strong is our focus on computational social sciences and also quantitative methods. We have a combination at our department of politics, management, and public administration. That's also unique in that way here in Germany. So many people highlight the advantage that it's not just political science, but that through that combination, we can really offer an interesting program. Policy analysis is also a very important field. Political theory is a smaller working group, but also getting stronger over the last years. On this slide, you can see that we have 2 full professors who cover empirical methods, survey research. And also we have, again, conflict management, and we have a permanent guest professor from the Netherlands who teaches European governance. While studying at our department, you have the possibility to easily attend courses offered by other departments, especially if it's in the other social sciences, because during the Masters you have the opportunity to gain up to 14 credits by courses that you take at these departments. Also, and that's also remarkable, the courses that you take are almost entirely seminars. It's small seminar groups of maybe 15 to maximum 20 people. And the professors and teaching staff, they really like to connect their teaching with their current research project. And so I think the topics that are covered really relate to up-to-date research questions. And if then you work at the same time as a research assistant for one of the professors, it's even more beneficial. So you see there's a combination of different elements that are all working together. Okay, the department. We offer a 3 years bachelor's program, and then we have a 2 years master's program. Our main program is the Master's in Politics and Public Administration. You can see on the left and the right that there are 2 other programs, and my colleague who's responsible for these programs presents them in a separate presentation. And based on that, we have a 3 years PhD program. The department is very large, and we decided not to split our main program into different sub-programs. So it's a relatively large group of students. We admit roughly 90 students per year, but within that program, you have a broad flexibility. You can choose different fields of specialization. And as mentioned here, one of the highlights is that you can take one of these double degree options that we have on offer. I'm going to say a bit more about that on one of the other slides. So our system here in Germany is 3 + 2 + 3. Yes. Okay, we continue a bit. And we look more into detail what is the Master's in Politics and Public Administration. The program is ranked very highly. It is considered to be one of the most prestigious study programs in this field in Germany. And it is subdivided into 4 fields of specialization. You can see it's either comparative politics and policy analysis, management and public administration, international relations and European integration, and international administration and conflict management. The latter field is something really special that only few universities offer. However, as all these specializations are integrated into one single program, it is important for us to guarantee that you also gain knowledge from the other fields. We will see this on another slide. Okay, why study the Masters here with us? I think a unique selling point of the program are the double degree options. So that means you study the first year at the University of Konstanz, and then during the second year, you go to one of our partner universities, and at the end, you earn the degrees from both institutions. It's an interdisciplinary, international, and practice-oriented education. The study structure is very flexible. You have individual areas of concentration, and the ties between research and teaching are very close. As we can see, the university, it's a small campus, but they have really good facilities. So the libraries, the seminar rooms, it's all pretty good here in Konstanz, I would say. And of course, I think professors and lecturers are pretty well qualified. Okay, if we look at the structure of the program, we can see that on the left, you can see it's a total of 120 ECTS credits. That means it's a 2 years program. And then we have distributed the courses on different study areas. Study area 1 is methods. And you can see there's a total of 4 courses. Study area 2 are basic seminars. Study area 3 are the advanced seminars. And study area 4 are the elective courses. I've mentioned that the program is very flexible. So actually, only one course is compulsory for everybody, and that's the so-called course Research Design 1. All the other courses, you will see if you look into our course calendar, there are many different options. So you can really choose those courses you're most interested in. Research Design 1 is maybe also the most difficult course. It's right in the first semester, and it focuses on quantitative research methods. So you have to know that if you do the Masters here, it is based on quantitative research methods. So you will be forced forced to use statistics and quantitative methods, at least during that course. If you are not a big fan of that, you can also avoid these methods, but only after having passed that exam. If you really like those methods, you have of course, a lot of choices. Also, you have to understand that the program here is research-oriented. That means that the content of the seminars is, let's say, always related to current research projects. Yeah? We also have a lot of practice-oriented elements in our study program, but this is more reflected through the exchange opportunities or the possibility to integrate an internship into the masters, yeah? Which is something that a lot of students do. You can see that there are 3 semesters of seminars, courses, and then in the last semester you write your master's thesis. However, I think this is just a recommendation, and we have a lot of students who in the end finish their masters in 5 semesters instead of 4, and also it's easily possible to do a seminar while you write your master's thesis. As mentioned, a lot of students decide to spend the first year in Konstanz and then the second year abroad. Okay, financial aspects of your studies. Konstanz is not the most inexpensive city in Germany, but I think compared to many other European countries, the costs of living are still okay. You have the possibility to rent a room in a university-run accommodation, or you look for something on the private market. I think if you don't, if you haven't lived in Konstanz before, let's say we guarantee, especially international students, a place in a university-run accommodation. I would use that option. If you are from the region or so, maybe it's more convenient to look for something on the private market. I think if you add 400 euro per month for your living expenses, you can have a quite good living standard. Yeah? I mean, of course, you might have leisure activities like traveling or skiing that increase your costs, but on the other hand, maybe you will find a job here at the university, so that covers more or less these extra costs. The fees are pretty low for EU citizens. It's just 160 euros per semester. For 1 year already, the region of Baden-Württemberg has introduced tuition fees for non-EU students. They are much higher, but also if you think that could be an obstacle, you could get in contact with me and we could see if there are scholarship options or by the German government or by the region. Yeah? For just 52 euros per semester, you get a bus ticket, which is for 6 months. If you are an EU citizen, you don't have to pay anything for the health insurance, and non-EU citizens have to pay 80 euros per month, and everybody in Germany has to pay the broadcast fees. It's roughly 18 euros per month. Even if you don't watch German TVs, if you even do not understand German, it's a compulsory fee for everybody. Okay, so this is roughly what you have to expect. So you can see that the costs are not enormously high. Yeah? So I think for studying in Central Europe, in Germany, it's absolutely doable. Let's say with less than 850 euro or so per month, we're done. Okay, the job opportunities. The first option is, as mentioned before, you can work at the university. There are a lot of student jobs, research projects, departmental administration, international office. Students have contracts of between 20 to 50 hours per month, not per week. And the salaries are not incredibly high, but at least it's some money. And so let's say if you have a contract of 20 hours per month, it's at least 200 and something euros. And if you need more money, you can work up to 50 hours. If you want to work more than 50 hours, it's a bit more complicated because then you have to also pay taxes on the income that you generate. I would say we kind of guarantee everybody a job, but if you're really interested and if you look and if you use all the support structures, you will be able to find something. Okay, the second option, and that's also very important, you can look for an internship. You either do a gap semester I think either the third or the fourth semester could be used for a gap semester, or you do an internship right after finishing a master thesis. You can still stay enrolled. You can serve your student status, and you can also obtain scholarships, for example, through Erasmus. We have a very large and very up-to-date internship database at our department. Why? Because our bachelor students, they have to do a compulsory 6-month internship. So we have to have that very sophisticated structure. And also we have a very good alumni network. And a lot of people say, okay, we had good interns from Konstanz, and please could you send us more? Or people say, okay, I was one student at Konstanz, I have now a good position, and I would like to have interns from Konstanz. And also the vacancies that we have are very broad. It goes from the regional, local administration to the federal administration to the European Union, United Nations. A lot of people do internships at development aid agencies. And for example, right now we have a lot of municipalities who have contacted us and said, okay, we need people who know more about the digitalization of the public administration. So it's a very specific area, and we have seminars that prepare students for this type of field. And so you can see there's a high demand for well-qualified students, and I think if you study here, you will be well qualified. Okay, let's take a look at the international outreach. I would say that there are 4 possibilities to go abroad while you are doing a master's. The first option is you do an Erasmus exchange. You might have done an Erasmus exchange already while you were in your bachelor's. You can do it again, and you can also get the funding if you go abroad during the master's. You can see that we have a very, very large network of Erasmus partner universities. It reflects the interest of our students to go abroad. So almost everybody goes abroad, both during the bachelor's and the master's. A typical student from Konstanz goes abroad twice during the studies, during the bachelor's and during the master's. And a typical student also does 2 internships, one during the bachelor's, one during the master's. And you can see the countries we are cooperating with represent also the interests where our students want to go if they study abroad. So a lot of universities in France, in Italy, the Netherlands, Spain, Scandinavia, United Kingdom. That's the first option. The second option is you do an internship. You do a double degree. And you can see we have a network of 9 double degree partner universities. You can see that there is funding. So those students that are sent abroad by Konstanz, always on that map, if it's indicated that it's funded through the DAD, they all get a full scholarship. All these options are very different. So I really recommend you to look on our website at what's the character of these partner universities, of those programs. So some offer master's programs that are completely free of charge, or our students get a tuition waiver. Some programs involve tuition fees. In some cases we have scholarships, in other cases we have no scholarships. In some cases you can study politics. In some cases you can also study management or public administration. So it's very difficult to say in a couple of words which are the strong parts of each of these partner universities. It's a network of very strong partners in Europe and also Rutgers in the United States. And nowadays, I would say a lot of students do this. And I said before that we admit 90 students per year. I would say at least 40 of our students every year use these double degree options. And then again, we have another 30 students from our partner universities who are here. So you can see it's a very international group, and it's very common to do that. There are two more options to go abroad, and I think I do not have slides related to that. You also have the possibility to do an exchange abroad for either 1 or 2 semesters. We have a lot of partner universities in North America or Canada, but more and more students want to go to East Asia, so there are a lot of options too. And of course, the university also offers options to study, let's say, in Russia, in Australia, in South America, South Africa, or so. So there are plenty of options. I said there are 4 options to go abroad. The last option is, of course, if you want to take a gap semester, if you want to do an internship, you can do that internship abroad. So in sum, 4 possibilities: double degree, Erasmus, exchange overseas, and internship. And nobody says that you can only do one of them. You can also combine different elements. Okay, let's now take a look at the university and the advantages. I'm going quite quickly through these points, and then we have more time for the questions. University library, we're now sitting in the library here. It's 24/7, it's always open. And what I think is one of the main highlights is that they have basically everything. They have access to all important databases, and all books are available. And if you really need a book, and if you ask, okay, is it possible for the university to buy that book, they will do that. Those of you who come from other countries, you do not have to buy the books. No? It's not like in the United States or Britain. So it's all here. Language Institute, they cover all important languages. It is free of charge, and it's easy to get into those courses. There's just one exception. The university offers, before the start of the semester, a 1-month intensive language course, which always starts 1st of September and runs until the end of September. That course costs something, I think, 350 euros, but it's a very good course. I think it's not a very expensive price. So if you start here in October, if you want to learn German, I really, really recommend that course, even if there is a fee. Also, very important and very developed here at the department is the so-called Center for Key Skills. They offer small courses where students can practice very concrete and specific competences. Courses run on topics like how to open a business, how to communicate in an international level, how proceed in conflict resolution, and so on. So they're really good. We have, of course, a central university career service, and we have a departmental career service. So we really offer students a very close advisory service when it comes to the integration into the labor market. And also the international office here is pretty well. We are working together with these colleagues very closely, and we help both incoming guest students and outgoing students from Konstanz with all their practical matters. What we can say is that if you move to Konstanz, at some point you will become a sports person, because there's so many options, and everybody here loves outdoor sports. And what I can say is that the university is very close from the lake. In the summer, it's great to just, after the seminars, go to the beaches, barbecue somewhere outside, be with your friends on the shore of the lake or the Rhine River. And that's really exceptional. So that's not normal for German cities. You can see there's a broad array of sports that are offered. Yeah, in Konstanz, the city is great. I mean, it's relatively small. Also, when I moved here, I thought, maybe a bit too small. But now I can say that for the size of the city, it's a vibrant cultural scene, and really a lot of things on offer. It is very beautiful. The city was not bombed during the Second World War, so the historic city center is intact. During the summer, you have a lot of tourists here. What is very nice is that main Swiss cities like Zurich or St. Gallen or Basel are just around the corner, and it's nice to do something there. yeah, so here you can see some of the possible activities that you can do. Just some words to that picture with that island. That's the island of Mainau. It's a main holiday destination here in the region. And if you move to Konstanz, you get a free entrance to that landscape park, like a present for all new citizens of the city of Konstanz. Just a little joke. And then, as mentioned, here in the corner, it's a very culturally, it's a very rich region and a lot of things to do. Good. So I think this was the official part of my presentation. We have now time for your questions.